This video is a composite of a number of trips that I made to hunt beavers. The first half shows missed shots. The second half shows made shots. These first two missed shots occurred because my rifle, which normally keeps at 0 from season to season, was somehow off by a full 2 inches at 100 yards. I was surprised that I missed and initially thought it was just bad shooting on my part. However, after a half dozen misses, I made a trip to a rifle range and corrected the problem. It's early spring, and water from melted snow settles in low-lying areas. This becomes more of a problem when a beaver dam results in the flooding of fields and roadways. This beaver lodge is built in a dugout, a catch basin that the farmer has made so that there will be water for farming activities later in the summer. Here is a muskrat, an animal that looks a lot like a beaver, but is much smaller and has a long, thin, rat-like tail. Although this beaver was well within range, it wouldn't stay still long enough so that I could get a clear rifle shot and still operate the camera. It knew I was there and was being very cautious. This was the second night I'd waited for this beaver, and as it was getting late, I hurried the shot and missed. These next 2 shots were at the same location and were made while I was still unaware that my rifle was not hitting at point of aim. Look for the vapor trails caused by the flight of the bullet in the slow motion view. After re-zeroing my rifle, I came back to two of the places you saw earlier in this videotape. Do you recognize this scene from earlier in the video? This beaver is hard to spot because it is getting darker outside and he is about 250 yards away. Although I enjoy shooting at longer ranges, I have to be much closer with the camera to get better film footage. In places like this, I can sometimes get rifle shots which are in the 500-yard range. This beaver has built a dam on an intermittent stream, one that only flows during the spring runoff caused by melting snow. Shooting this beaver was difficult because I could not get far enough away to stay hidden. The evening sunlight was coming from my front, and there were many branches from dead shrubs that obscured much of the pond. It took me 2 evenings of hunting to finally film a shot at this beaver, but as you can see, it sank before I could retrieve it. The Beaver Lodge is the collection of mud and sticks in the lower left-hand corner of your screen. It looks like the place this beaver is sitting is the beginning of a new lodge. It is unusual for beaver lodges to be this close together. I located a farm road that paralleled a meandering creek. It took me a few hours of scouting to find a good place to shoot from. I need first to be certain that there are beavers nearby, second, that there is a decent place to set up my rifles, and third, that I'll be able to get good film footage. It's a struggle balancing my love of accurate, longer-range shooting with the need to be close enough to film.